If you're thinking about hiring a virtual assistant for your Amazon reselling business and you're worried about how many deals they can find, the spend that you can make, and the actual profits they should be generating, I'm going to share with you exactly what we expect from over the 900 VAs that we've placed with over 500 Amazon sellers. Now, before we jump in, the table I'm about to show you is going to be based off the criteria of $3 profit, 30% ROI, and sub 100,000 sales rank. Now, this is because this works for both the UK and the USA. But in the US, you should probably be looking for at least $4 profit, 40% ROI, and that sub 100,000 sales rank. What I'm going to show you right now is a table. And this is the table that we use to show the results that we look for with our VAs. Now, I'm going to go through month 1, month 2, month 3. I'll also go through what you should be looking for in deals per day, spend in dollars, ROI on that spend. Then we'll look at estimated gross profit for selling those products. Then we'll look at the VA costs. And with us, when we hire VAs, we hire the VAs at $3 per hour, and they're on a 40-hour per week contract. So you're looking about $450 per month that you're paying directly to the VA. Now, we've budgeted in about $50 extra for tools, but really, if you're using something like SellerAmp, you have extra licenses that you can use for a VA. On top of that, if you're using Keeper, now if they're working in your nighttime, you can share one license, but sometimes you might want to buy two. And then the final one that you want to use is a time tracking tool. Now, we have a time tracking tool that we recommend and we show you how to use, and it costs just $1.50 per VA per month. So literally nothing. Now, finally, after the cost of the VA, then we're going to be looking at the actual net profits that your VA will be generating from those products. And you can even look at the revenue as well, which is going to be 2 times the spend on average. So let's start sharing the results with you now. So now in month 1, what do we look for? Well, we're really looking at 2 to 5 deals per day that you can buy. Not 2 to 5 deals per day that are nice or out of stock or you can't buy them, but they're actually being purchased. That's a key metric we're looking at. And number 2, we're going to be looking at about $500 spend per week as a minimum, and looking about $2,500 or $2,100 per month that we are spending on those deals. Now, an ROI of 30% or 40% in the US, for example, you're going to be looking at estimated gross profit is $630. Minus the cost of $500 for the VA, you look at about $130 for the first month's profitability. Not great, but you are only getting started, and I want to show you where the VA will go. Month 2, 5 to 8 deals per day that you can buy. Spend per week is looking about $1,000 per week, $4,200 over the course of the month, 30% ROI, and now you're looking $1,260 gross profit, minus $500 for the VA again, and you're looking $760. Much better, but not where we want to be right yet. Let's keep going. Month 3, 8 to 10 deals per day that you can actually buy. Now we're looking at $1,500 per week on the deals that we're spending. At 30% ROI, we're going to generate $1,890 in gross profits, minus the cost of the VA. Your net profit is going to be about $1,390. Much, much better. Now, the one thing I want you to really keep an eye on is the spend per week. Now, if I show you right here, that spend per week goes from about $500 per week to $1,000 per week to $1,500 per week. Now, in our business and all the VAs that we place with our clients, we generally see that spend per week will continue to rise by about $500 per week, all the way up into about month 5. And you can see here, when you're looking at month 5, you're looking $2,500 spend per week. Your gross profit per month is going to be about $3,150 minus $500 of the VA. Then you're looking $2,650 net profits per month in the VA, which is much, much better. Now, what I will say is that we do see clients go way above and beyond this. And this is really based on how well they know their niche, which is something that we teach to our clients and support them when they hire the VAs in how to really get much better results from the VAs. But these are really the lowball numbers that we're looking at. Now, the one thing I'll share with you, within the FastTrackFBA VA Academy, we do ask our clients how they're performing. So you can see here the $2,500 per week on month 5. And you can see right here, the majority of our clients are getting over or spending more than $2,500 per week on their VA's deals. Now, what I will say is if you are looking to hire a VA, you are going to need a VA contractor. And I will drop a link down below to our VA contract that we actually use in our FastTrackFBA VA Academy. You can get it for free today. It's not too complex, but I'll explain it later. Stay tuned. Now, one of the big questions we always get asked is, are you ready for a VA? Are you right? And in the calls that we do with the clients that hire VAs from us, we really look at a couple of metrics to say if a VA is going to be right for you. Now, the first metric we look at is lifetime sales. deals. And at bare minimum, you should have done at least £10,000 or dollars in sales. This is really important. And the reason is when your VA gives you deals, you're going to be getting lots of deals from them. And what you've got to be able to do is filter out the bad deals. Maybe the deals whereby the new seller count is going up and the price is starting to crash. It's still profitable, but you know that in a few weeks' time when your stock lands, that will not be profitable. So just having that experience of $10,000 in sales as a minimum is a really good metric to say you are now ready for a VA. Now, the second metric we look at is spend. And particularly we're asking how much money do you have available at the end of each week? So for example, if right now you have $5,000 or more every single week that you just can't spend, maybe it's lack of time, you can't find enough deals, not a problem. But the idea is that you've got money available to invest in deals for the VA, but what you're not doing is actually you're not able to find the deals for yourself, which is really important because if you don't have the money to cash flow the VA's deals, you're never going to make enough money back. And about 5,000 is the minimum that you should have in order for the math to work to make a VA profitable. Now, the third thing we look at is how much time you have available. And really we're looking for 1 hour per day that you can spend coaching that VA. And what do we mean? We particularly mean that you're going to jump on a call and you're going to analyze the deals live with the VA. Now, we teach you how to do this and we show you through video tutorials and what to actually do and what it looks like. But this technique is the best way to teach your VA what deals you're looking for and how to find more of them. And to start off with, within the first month, you should spend 1 hour per day, Monday to Friday, supporting that VA with feedback on their deals. Now in month 2, it drops down to 3 hours per week. And in month 3, it will drop down to 1 hour per week because the VA now just gets it and you don't need to spend so much contact time with them. But having at least 1 hour per day that you can spend with the VA, super important. Now earlier on, I did mention about 2,500 as a metric to spend every single week that your VA should be looking for around month 5. But what can you do with this? Where can it go? And what are some of the results that other people have got? So let me share some of the clients that we've worked with. So Simon here, I absolutely loved. He said, just completed 12 full months at Amazon. And today I've just handed in my notice from my medical sales manager role, picked up my new car, and I now be 100% focused on my Amazon FBA business. I built up a team over the last 7 months and now have 3 sourcing VAs, 1 admin VA and 1 purchasing manager. And just want to thank Thomas Parkinson and the team for helping me build my business and inspiring me to build and grow. What was supposed to just be a side hustle is now my full-time job. If I can do it, anyone can. Onwards and upwards, Q4, let's do it. And Simon talks about this team that he's built of 3 sourcing VAs, 1 admin and 1 purchasing manager. And this is the same model that I run, whereby we have 3 people finding deals all the time. So if one leaves, it doesn't matter. You've always got a constant supply of deals coming in. Now you've got a purchasing manager who is managing the entire operation, but also as well, they're analyzing the deals and buying them, which is so important. And then finally, you've got an administrative VA who does everything for inventory management, Seller Central, and all your financials. And this model, which I use as well, just changes the game and makes Amazon so much easier. And it's a model that a lot of people use by having people in strategic positions doing set roles, which just allows them to scale the business whilst working less, which I absolutely love. Now, another person that I've worked really closely with is a good friend of mine called Gavin. And I won't lie, he has hired himself many times. And he says here, in the last 3 months, we've fired about 20 VAs within 2 weeks of hiring. Finally, our new team member is promising, always asking questions, works overtime to learn and generally cares about good performance. In her second week, she spent over $11,000, which is incredible. And we gave her a 10% pay rise. And to be clear, he worked with us after he'd done a lot of hiring himself. And what was interesting, this wasn't his first VA, this was his second VA from us. And why? Because he took advantage of our 12-week unlimited replacement policy, which is something I'll share about with you later on. But the one thing which he understood here was about understanding his niche, understanding how his business made money. And so when he got his VA, he pointed her in the right direction towards that niche. She worked really hard towards it. He managed to spend not the $1,000 we're looking at, or even $500 in the first month, actually $11,000 in 1 week, which is absolutely incredible. And again, there are great success stories like this, but this is something where you can see your business could be going. You can see Gavin here, he even bought his dad a car. Great guy. Now, one of the big things about hiring a VA is actually the hiring process. And you've got to get this process right. Why? Because all the training in the world will not solve the problem if you've hired someone who is the wrong fit. And I want to share with you today the process we go through in FastTrackFBA, and how we filter and manage our recruitment process. If you are looking to use us, you understand, or if you're looking to do it yourself, this is going to help you get quality VAs, which are going to help your business. So we have a 3-stage recruitment and training program that we have developed over the last last 5 years of the FastTrackFBA VA Academy. Stage 1 is really recruitment. Over the last 5 years, and probably about 3.5 years ago, we really started to notice that a lot of the VAs that we were hiring from onlinejobs.ph or even the Facebook groups, they were just recycled through many, many different clients. They'd learned very bad habits and they had a high tendency to work for multiple clients, resell deals, or have just multiple jobs, which is certainly something we did not want. So what did we do? We started reaching out very heavily to influencers within the Philippines who were promoting about online work. People who are currently working in corporate environment in the Philippines, going into traffic, spending 1, 2, 3, even 4 hours a day getting to work. We're saying, hey, we want to get you guys, we want you to come apply for us and come be a VA for our clients. So they promote us, and if you go on TikTok or Facebook, you're going to see a lot of adverts or a lot of influencers promoting FastTrackFBA as a place to work from home. We give training, no experience required. Every single week, these influencers bring about 3,000 people to our website, which are the ideal candidates because they are new to Amazon, they've not learned bad habits, they're keen, they're eager, and they don't want to resell deals. They just want a great job with a great employer and a fair wage for that, which is amazing. Now, of these 3,000 candidates that come to us, about 1,000 will actually apply and go through our recruitment process. So I'll talk you through the 4-stage process we do now. So the first stage, we're really doing an assessment to work. We're really trying to understand what is their availability to work and other things along with salary expectations. Now, if their salary expectation is above what we are advertising, we do not hire them. Why? Because we've seen that those people will probably get a second job or leave to go get another job. And that is not something that we're interested in. Now, the second stage, we go through a motivation to work. One of the big things that we saw was that trying to make sure that VAs stay with our clients is so important. And we started to assess and learn about motivation to work assessments, and we test all of our candidates. Now, having placed over 900 VAs of 500 clients, what we have seen is that those VAs who stay, we understand why, and those VAs who leave, we understand why with the motivation to work. And we use that tool to help us understand if they really want to do this, and so therefore they'll stay with our clients longer. Now, the third technique we use is called our sourcing assessment. We wrote a custom bit of software which tests for 3 core things, which if you think about it, are the fundamentals of finding profitable products. Number 1, can they take a product from the supplier and find the same product on Amazon, i.e. can they match accurately? Number 2, can they use a calculator tool to work out profit, ROI, and margin? And then finally, number 3, can they do these 2 things quickly? And if they can do that, that is the fundamentals of sourcing. And we assess for that with all of our candidates. Now, and the final thing we do is an AI interview. With our AI interviews, what we're doing is we're looking at their facial expressions with the AI software that we've integrated from a third party, but also as well looking at their screen. Are they reading from the script? Are they alt-tabbing? Are they really engaging with us? We really want to understand if this candidate is genuine or if they're just following a process that they've seen from someone else and scripting the answers back to us. Now, out of the initial 1,000 candidates every single week that will go through this process, only about 20 to 30 will actually go through and they'll actually complete this assessment process, and we'll take them through to training. They're really the top 1%. Now, the second stage of training that we go through is really a standardized training program. And we do 7 days of training for all of our VAs to make sure that they know everything they need to know. And this could be whether they're a brand new VA with no experience or they're an existing VA with experience. Everyone goes through exactly the same training and they're all assessed exactly the same way because we want to make sure they are up to our standards, which is so important. What we go through is day 1. It's going to be a self-paced online learning tutorial, which is going to support them in understanding the basics of Amazon, getting going. We're going to set them up the tools and the sourcing guidelines. Day 2, we're going to go through keeper training, basic, intermediate, and expert level. We'll go through sourcing guidelines and promotional activities. Day 3, we're going to go through top sourcing techniques, website checking activity, and technical sourcing. Day 4, we step it up a notch. We're going to go through product matching authenticity or activity, and this is going to be where we've got previous products and we know that they don't match. We want to make sure they spot the differences and understand. Then we really step it up a notch with our over-the-shoulder training. This is whereby the VAs on a one-to-one basis will watch my team, this is my training team, my lead service, and even my own Amazon business. They will watch my sources source, and then in turn, my team will watch them source, generally on a one-to-one basis, which is going to support them in crossing the T's, dotting the I's, getting everything that they need to know. We continue that on day 5, technical sourcing and over the shoulder. And day 6, we do that technical sourcing again and deal analysis simulation 2. Now, day 7 is the big day. We've got technical sourcing in the morning, and in the afternoon, we have the big test. Now, having placed over 900 VAs with 500 clients, we've recognized the common problems that our clients have, and we train for that, but also as well, we test for it. Most of the candidates go through all this program, and when they get here, 50% of them are going to fail this test because it is difficult. So we started with 20 to 30 days, and by the end, only about 5 to 10 will actually sign off this program when we get here. Now, the final part we want to do is stage 3, which is called client criteria training. What we're looking for is 3 days of additional training, and we want to see, can that VA actually source the products that our clients are looking for? Can they source for the profit, the ROI, the marketplace, the category, the brand, the deals per month? If they can prove that they can actually find profitable products that our clients are looking for, it is only then do we actually let our clients know that the VA is ready for them. And that is the training program that we go through with all of our VAs, and they have to achieve all of that before they start off. Now, if you're watching this and you're interested in learning more about the FastTrackFBA VA Academy and how we can help you scale with virtual assistants and how we've helped over 500 Amazon sellers as well, then what I will say is have a look at the links down below. I'm going to drop 2 links. One is going to be to Instagram, where you can have a chat with us and talk live, very simple. Or the second one will be our email address, which is support@fasttrackfba.com. Simply drop us an email and obviously we'll get back to you about the information. And if you want to book a call with us and have a live discussion, we can do that as well. Have a look at the links down below. In the FastTrackFBA VA Academy, we have a 12-week aftercare program, and this is when this program now starts. So from day 1 of the VA starting, we start the support program for the next 12 weeks. Now, this basically means that we're going to conduct additional training in weeks 1, 2, and 3 automatically for your VA. We'll support them in answering questions and doing communication, and at any point over the next 12-week period. Now, not only this, if you have a problem with your VA for any reason, you can simply let us know, and my team will go away and do additional training for your VA in the Filipino time, and they will update you via email to tell you about what's happened. And they will not let go until you are happy with the results. So important. And that just makes your life so much easier. Now, on top of this, we also have our 12 weeks unlimited replacement policy. And this policy basically means that if your VA is not a perfect match for any reason in the initial 12 weeks, it could be that the VA's quit, it could be that they had not meeting expectations, or quite simply, you don't like the way they dress, there is no reason at all, we wouldn't replace, you simply let us know and we will happily replace your VA with the new VA, and we'll reset that 12-week timer back to 0, and you can do that as many times as you like, even if you go beyond the initial 12 weeks. That's something that we really want to encourage or push upon our clients to say, we just want to make sure you have a great experience with your VA. Any problems, drop us an email. Now, I did mention earlier on that we do write the contracts for our clients. This is something really important because it sets the right tone for the VAs. And in the contract, the free one that you download below, I want to talk you through what the key information you need to understand, which is so important. So the VA salary is 25,000 PHP per month, which, by the way, is a really good salary in the Philippines, and especially for work from home. This is about $450 or £370 per month. Now, you pay the salary to the VA in 2 parts. Part 1 is going to be on the 1st of the month, which is half the salary, and part 2 is on the 16th of the month, which is the second part of the salary. Now, we recommend using Wise as a mode of payment because it's just the easiest, cheapest, and simplest to use, and I still use it in my business to this day. Now, on top of that, we also talk about the VA benefits, and the benefits in the contract that you need to be aware of are the employee or VA will accrue 1 personal day. This will be a holiday or a sickness day that they can use for every full month that they work. So they have to work the month first, then they accrue the day. That's something to remember. Now, number 2, they get 6 statutory days holiday as outlined below. And then the third part you need to be aware of is what's known as the statutory Christmas bonus, or the 13th month pay. Now, this comes at the absolute worst time for all Amazon sellers, which is basically the second paycheck, the 16th of December, which is when all Amazon sellers have no money because everything is tied up in stock. But this is what you need to be aware of. So in December, you're going to have to pay the first paycheck, which is on the 1st of the month, which is half the salary, and then the second paycheck on the 16th of the month, which is the second part of the salary. But on that 16th of the month, you'll also pay an additional bonus, which is an additional paycheck. Now, if your VA has worked an entire year for you, you will pay them 1 full month's worth of salary. So it's basically double pay in December. But if they've worked part of a year, then they'll get the prorated amount. So for example, if they've worked 3 out of 12 months of that year, then they'll get 3/12 of 1 month's salary as an additional paycheck on the 16th of December. Now, if it sounds complicated, don't worry. Within the FastTrackFBA VA Academy, we share the calculation, we share how to do this closer to December with all of our clients, so you know exactly the money that needs to be paid and how to calculate as well. So really, really simple. Now, if you like the sound of the FastTrackFBA VA Academy, let me share with you 2 reviews which I think will help you understand what we do and the way we work. First of all, I want to share with you DZ. He said, I would recommend FastTrack for anybody looking for a VA that doesn't want to spend the time recruiting and teaching the basics. I got my first VA and I was able to straight dive into advanced tactics instead of going over basic information like what is the buy box. And at a fundamental level, that is what we do. We find great people, we train them up on the basics, and we pass them over to you and support them with our 12 weeks unlimited replacement policy, which now means you can just point them in the right direction and they're going to help you find profitable products and help your business grow. Now, I'll share an experience Ryan had, which is awesome service. We've hired 8 different VAs from FastTrackFBA over the past 2 years, and they all turned out great. FastTrack will hire and train employees for you within 1 to 2 weeks. Thank you for this FastTrack opportunity. Our longest VA hired now is 1.5 years. And again, that pretty much sums up what we do. We hire great VAs, we support our clients to grow, and they stay with the clients, and us, it takes about 1 to 2 weeks. Now again, if you are interested in learning more, have a look at the links down below, get in contact, and also we can support you in scaling your business. But for myself, Thomas Parkinson, and FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.